All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to dig into a really interesting idea. What if the absolute best time to finally get started with AI isn't some date circled on a calendar, but the very day you get back from vacation?
Oh, you know this feeling, right? The vacation glow's fading, you walk up to your desk, and bam! It's an avalanche of emails, a to-do list that looks like it's been working out while you were gone. It's a lot. But what if all that chaos is actually hiding a huge opportunity?
See, instead of seeing it as just a stressful week of catching up, you can frame it as a rare chance for a total reset, a genuine fresh start. And that fresh start, it's the perfect launch pad for bringing a powerful new tool into your life: artificial intelligence.
That post-vacation moment creates the absolute ideal conditions to finally start using AI. I'm not talking about some massive, scary overhaul, just one small, real, meaningful step. So you might be asking, why is this timing so good?
Well, it comes down to three pretty powerful reasons. First, you have fresh eyes. You've had some distance, and now you can suddenly see all the clunky, time-sucking tasks you were just used to before. Second, coming back from a break is kind of like a mini New Year's, Your motivation's high, you're open to new things. And finally, you've got this perfect little window of time to try something and see real results before the whole end-of-year craziness kicks in.
Okay, so the timing is perfect. We've got that. But how do you actually do it? How do you start? Well, it all comes down to a super simple, actionable plan for taking that very first step. This right here is the whole philosophy. The goal is not to launch some perfect company-wide AI revolution on day one. Nope, the goal is simply to begin, to get your hands dirty with just one small, manageable thing, because taking action will always beat waiting for perfection.
So how do you find that first project? Here's a little 4-step recipe. First, just find one thing you do regularly that eats up your time, like compiling that weekly report. Second, really look at it. Where does it always get annoying or slow you down? Third, break that task into its smallest pieces. Which parts are just you doing the same repetitive thing over and over? And finally, fourth, you ask the magic question. Could an AI tool help with just one of those boring, repeatable steps?
Now, theory is one thing, but let's be real. It's the concrete examples that really get the ideas flowing. So let's look at a few small changes you could make that give you a win right away.
Okay, take email. Instead of staring at a blank message, an AI can help you phrase things better or even organize your inbox for you. Or what about customer questions? An AI can instantly figure out what the question is about and send it to the right person. Or social media, it can generate a few first draft ideas so you're not starting from scratch. And notice the theme here. This is not about replacing anyone. It's about giving them superpowers to work faster.
But even with all these clear, simple examples, there is one giant mental roadblock that stops most people and businesses dead in their tracks. It is, without a doubt, the most common excuse in the book.
Does that sound just a little bit familiar? It's the number one reason for doing nothing. It's this feeling that because you don't know the absolute perfect place to start, you just don't start at all. But we have to flip that entire way of thinking on its head.
So the ambition is always this idea of perfection, of finding that one flawless, game-changing AI project from the get-go. But the reality of how success actually happens, it's much simpler. You just start something, and you focus on what you can learn from it. You have to let go of perfection and embrace learning by doing. And this is why starting small is so incredibly powerful. Every single tiny project is actually a huge learning opportunity. You don't just get a task done a little bit faster. You learn how AI really fits into your day-to-day work. You find out which tools actually feel right for your team and which ones don't. And this is a big one. You get to see how your team reacts to and uses this new tech. That knowledge right there is way more valuable than just finishing one little task.
So, as we start to bring this all together, let's focus on what is probably the single most important mindset shift you need for your entire AI journey.
And here it is, the big takeaway. Adopting AI isn't a project. It doesn't have a start date and an end date. It's a development process. It's a journey of constant learning, tweaking, and evolving.
It's a path you walk, not a box you check.
And for anyone who wants to maybe speed this process up a little, the source material we've been covering here recommends checking out a partner called MindTrain. They offer a session to help you map out some of these potential AI uses for your own work.
So we've covered the why, we've covered the how, and we've covered the what. The only thing left now is the when, which brings us to the only question that really matters. What's one small process, one tiny task that you're going to tackle with AI? Not next year, not next month, but this week. Thanks for watching.